start with something that's becoming a trend these days with major smartphone makers. The phones are getting bigger and bigger, and recently HTC launched the HTC One Max. I reviewed the smartphone and here's what I thought about it. Does size really matter? Well, when it comes to smartphones these days, major companies believe so. 2013 saw even a bigger phablet smartphone rise. From a 5.3-inch screen, this year gave us so many 6 inches. We're talking about smartphones here. Okay, so what's new? HTC, after the grand success of the HTC One, have come up with a maxed out version to stay in the size race. It's called the HTC One Max, and Max it is. One Max sports a 5.9-inch Full HD 1080p display up front. So yes, it is big and won't fit into your pocket easily. Design-wise, it has similar lines to its parentage. You get HTC boom sound speakers up front, a beautiful looking 6-inch display, and unlike the HTC One, which was a unibody design, on the One Max you can remove the back cover, which well, didn't quite fit in back on the phone entirely. Disappointing it was to see a structural failure on such a beautiful looking smartphone. Ignoring that, at its heart, HTC One Max sports a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor that HTC says gives you a jaw-dropping performance. And yes, it does. It runs on Android 4.3 Jelly Bean operating system, which is loaded with HTC Sense 5.5 skin, and it's a fast smartphone for sure. The apps fire quickly and multitasking is no problem for this one. Even the HTC Blink feed is now improved and very zippy. Now coming to the camera on the HTC One Max, it has HTC's ultra pixel camera similar to the HTC One. It integrates HDR now and is capable of shooting 1080p HD videos. And yes, it has the Zoe in it to make your pictures come to life. The front camera on the One Max for selfies is a 2.1 megapixel that also has HDR capabilities. The camera is decent with low light images, not that great but tolerable. For connectivity on the One Max, you get Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, the works. Now HTC One Max seems like any modern day 6-inch phablet smartphone. So what's special? Now on the One Max you get a fingerprint scanner at the back. It is something similar to the Touch ID feature that you get on the modern iPhone. You can customize the smartphone to unlock with a finger swipe or directly fire up an app. Cool, right? Not so much. It failed to fire up and recognize the fingerprint to even unlock the One Max. So much so for that. Now my big question is, why would I pay 56,490 rupees for HTC One Max? It's a good attempt with some minor tweaks and upgrades on the HTC One, which mind you is the right size and a great smartphone. One Max is just good for its beautiful HD display, unmatched boom sound that is hard to compete with, and a 3300 mAh battery that is a marathon runner coupled with stamina mode. But what puts me off is the back panel, which did not fit in right, and the corners poked me in my pocket. And the fingerprint scanner that in theory sounds good but lacks practicality and needs some improvement for sure. I would give the HTC One Max a skip for now, and if you are an HTC fan and still want to go for it, at least wait for the prices to drop. As for me, I would still say HTC One, not the Max, is the best smartphone that HTC has ever come out with.